If you'd like to watch and see how I made these delicious muffins, then just keep on watching. And if you like this content, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and click on the bell so it'll turn on the notifications and you will be notified every time I upload. So let's get to the kitchen and let's get going. Alright, here we go, mini muffins. So for a topping for both of the mini muffins, this is a streusel topping. And it's just a half a cup of brown sugar and cinnamon mixed together, and that's it. So I'm going to mix these together and put them aside. Okay, moving on to the dry ingredients here. This should be a large bowl. My fault. Grab the smaller one. 1.5 cups. I'm going to fix this problem in a minute. In this container, we have baking powder, baking soda, cinnamon, and salt. And we're going to whisk this together with the flour, along with some chia seeds here. This is not in the recipe. This is what I'm adding in on my own because I like to add in extra protein. So now we are whisking it all together. Very nice. Okay, now we're going to move it into a large bowl because this is what we're going to be mixing it all in at the end. And in the smaller bowl here, I'm adding in 5 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. This is a sub that I like to do in place of oils or butter. It's just a little bit more healthy, adds a little bit more protein, and I just like it better. Okay, and then I should have added in half a cup of brown sugar to the flour a minute ago, but I'm doing it now. So now I'm all caught up. I'm all good on the bowls and everything. So here it is. So now we have 3 ripe bananas. My dog loves bananas. Look at him. He is so wishing for some, but I'm not giving him any. I'm moving on. So yeah, just mashing these up into the other wet ingredients, along with the vanilla here. Just half a teaspoon is what I put in. Now I'm going to mix all of these things together. This is the wet ingredients. Yes, very, very nice. Okay, and then when I have this all mixed together, then I'm going to add in 1 large egg, preferably at room temperature. It mixes in better when it's at room temperature than right out of the fridge. Okay, perfect. Now this is the dramatic part of the video here. We are adding in the wet into the dry. Yes. I'll just let you watch the little show here and I'll be right back. All right, back to regular speed or fast speed here. So I'm mixing this with a fork because the recipe said to, and I follow the rules. This is just to help prevent over mixing the dough because we don't want tough muffins. But look, there's a bunch of flour at the bottom. So I'm switching over to a spatula to get rid of those dry pockets of flour, and so that we properly have everything mixed together. Okay, and then adding in some good old chocolate chips. This is the magic part. It's so good. Oh, here we go with the dramatics again. Here comes the chocolate chips. In just a second here. Oh, there you are. Doesn't this just make you want to go make some right now? Okay, I'm spraying down my mini muffin pan here. I have the oven preheated to 350. And then I'm going to fill each well with the batter. And then topping it with the streusel topping there, the brown sugar mixed with cinnamon. And it is so good on these muffins. Oh my god, it just adds like a chewy, kind of crispy, sugary texture with the soft muffins. Like, it's so good. It's really good. It's making my mouth water. Anyway, yeah. So they're going to go into the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah. I forgot. Let's see. I think I did 12 minutes, probably about. I started at 10 and then just kind of went up from there. But yeah, I think it was 10 minutes or 12 minutes. Anyway, 10 to 15 is the recipe. So depending on your oven, how hot it is, or whatnot, you know, that's going to be the ratio between 10 and 15 minutes. And then I like to put on a few extra chocolate chips on the top just for a little extra garnish and, you know, just so you know exactly what's in them. So here we are. We're going to the oven. Okay. All right. And we're done. Look at those beauties. Those are so good. And, you know, these are really good fresh out of the oven, but oh my god, it is so much, they're actually better the second day. And look, toothpick is clean. We're done. Awesome. All right, and then I always like to take a little spoon and get them out of the muffin pan that way, so that I'm not tearing them too much, and I'm getting most of the bottom. They come out pretty clean out of there. Okay, so now moving on to the blueberry muffins. Okay, so we're kind of starting the same way again. 1 3/4 cup all-purpose flour, baking powder, baking soda, 1 teaspoon of each of those, half a teaspoon of salt. Whisk those together. Very good. Setting the dry aside. Now we're beginning with the wets. This time I'm just going to use butter, a whole stick at room temperature, because we're going to cream. In this instance, we're going to cream the sugar and the butter together. So I didn't want to sub Greek yogurt. Okay, and then we're adding in 2 large eggs, mixing them in one at a time. You just mix them in until you don't see the snotty, slimy egginess anymore. I mean, eggs are good. I'm not trying to make them sound unattractive, but let's face it, that's what it looks like. Okay, and then we're adding in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And this is where I'm using the Greek yogurt, because you put sour cream in here, a half a cup, but again, I like to use Greek yogurt, so I'm going to put that in instead of the sour cream. Okay, and then we add in the wet to the dry, just like before. And then a 1/4 cup of milk, but I had heavy cream in the fridge, so I said, hey, I'm going to use that. Because I didn't want to put 2% in. It just didn't seem right. I felt like you needed whole or, you know, heavy cream, just to make them a little better, I guess. Okay, and then I used my hand mixer for a little bit and then switched over, because see, we got dry flour at the bottom. So I'm using my spatula, get that all mixed in. Now we have our blueberries. Here they are. And you want to use frozen, okay? Don't let them thaw. If you're using frozen blueberries, don't let them thaw. Just put them in frozen right out of the freezer. You can also use fresh too. If this was summertime, I would be using fresh because we have a couple of blueberry bushes out there, but you know, with it being winter and all, we don't have any fresh blueberries, but I was in the mood for these anyway, so I thought, I'll just grab some at the store. But yeah, and we planted like 2 more blueberry bushes last summer, so I hope we get a lot of blueberries this year. I had just like 4 or 3. I had 3 bushes last summer, and then we planted 2 more, so hopefully we'll get a lot of blueberries. And my husband also he's a beekeeper too, if you didn't know that about me. Yeah, he's got bees. Hopefully we'll be harvesting some honey this spring. He seems to think we got some honey going on out there, so hopefully. All right. I had to slow it down with the blueberries, you know, it's just dramatic, and I don't know. It just felt right here. It just felt like something I should do. Okay, moving on. So, when you mix in your blueberries, you don't want to over mix it because you want to fold them in really nice, because you don't want to burst those berries, and otherwise also all the dough will turn out blue and purple because, you know, you've messed around with them too much. Okay, in this instance, I am filling the wells too much. They are completely full. They should only be half full, because when they come out of the oven, you'll see in a minute, they like all formed like one big muffin, which was fine, you know. I still got them out. They're still delicious, but after this pan, I filled the wells only half full, because these puff up a lot. And then this is the streusel topping again, with the brown sugar and the cinnamon that I used on the banana muffins previously. But again, it's just a really nice little touch. Or you could use turbinado sugar, because it doesn't melt in the oven, and it's crunchy on top of those soft muffins. It's really good. So here they are done. They're fabulous. They're wonderful. Time to taste. Yep. Yummy. No, seriously, I'm just playing. They came out really good. They really did. I like the blueberry. It is good. It is good. But I think the banana chocolate chip is my favorite. It's just, it really hits the good spot. Yeah, see, look. They're good. But like I said, they're even better the next day. I don't know what it is. But I just keep these in a Ziploc bag, and they're perfectly fine. Eat them within a few days, and they're good. So I hope you really liked this content today. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 200 subscribers by the end of this month. So help me get there, please. Please subscribe. You know, I've got some more videos coming up, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye guys.